Hey everyone, Johnny Struggles here, and we got the Last Starship version 1A. They are now live with version 1. Congratulations, Introversion. It's been a fun 3 years in this journey with you. Starting at the very beginning of early access, it's been a great game. I love going through the process, all the updates, and seeing how the game changes over time. It's been a lot of fun, and it still is a lot of fun. And for those who are not familiar or have been on the fence about the game, it is on sale on Steam. It's also even cheaper on GOG if you are familiar with them. That site, go check it out. So, version 1 is released. What's new? People kept saying, is there going to be a big update, big update? And my guess was no, there would not be a big update. And that was true. They had more recent updates close back to back. And they did say through the beta process it would be more for quality of life and bug fixes, which is true. This morning when I got up, I got a bunch of emails saying a bunch of bugs I entered were fixed. That was super exciting. I think there's a couple minor things that are new, but for the most part, the game is the same as it has been. I shouldn't say has been. There's lots of fixes and quality of life things. So it is definitely improved. But largely, content-wise, it's the same. They did release video with the release of version 1, of course. And that video mostly went over the latest updates, the last few updates that I've already gone through, as they have not had a video recently. So they went through all that stuff. Very informative. A couple things to note. They do say they're going to support the game through at least 2026. It looks like they just mentioned that they continue updates for this year. So I don't know if they're undecided about going past that point. We will see. With the next release or update being in the spring. So we guess like 2-3 months away. Should be another update. And I'm guessing that will be based on, there'll be bug fixes and stuff, but I'm sure there'll be things based on feedback. So as always, they do take feedback in and, do updates based on feedback. So if you find a bug or have an issue or anything, you can always go on the Discord and comment there. They have a GitHub out there for their bugs and enhancement requests. You can go out there to their site there. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. But let's see what's new. So I do want to point a couple things out in creative mode. One of the things that's new in creative mode is you can click and drag, which is pretty slick. So let's say I wanted to drop down a bunch of bullets because, maybe I have a crate or something. I just click and drag this thing along. This is effing awesome. What a great feature. And you can right click to, delete it as well. This is very, very cool. Oh, bye guy, bye guy. Yoink, yoink, yoink. That's cool. Really like that. New feature. The other thing I just want to warn about, so the new build grid, they say, it's infinite. It's not infinite. There is a max size to it. You just have to be careful about it. Auto centers, but it gets kind of weird. So right now I'm zoomed out as far as I can because I think it's more like kind of infinite grid. If I go way up here, I get to an edge. And you think this is the top end, you have the bottom end just as far away. Well, that's not true. So I do this at the very top end and confirm. It auto centers and move down. But now the ship that I had is at the other end because we've now hit the max height. And one thing is the symmetry tool is still based on where my ship was. It's not in the middle of the map. And I still can't zoom out all the way to see the whole thing. I know the build grid is massive now. And I did put a bug request in to resolve that. So I go to the very front and confirm. Now I can zoom out and see the whole massive build grid. The ship is over in the corner. And symmetry is still based on where the ship was originally, not the middle of the, wherever the ship would be. I guess, I don't know, maybe the symmetry doesn't matter, but just to make you aware of it. So when you're first expanding out your tiny ship, the camera might move around a little bit as adjusting, but you don't have an infinite grid. If you're going far wide, you got to be careful because you might be going too far and you're not in the middle anymore. You have no middle. You can't go farther down because the front, you're too far front. You can't go in the back. So just be aware that if you're building a ship and want to expand out, that there is limits, and you might have to just take caution about keeping your ship centered if that's what you're trying to do. Or just be aware that's how the grid is working at the moment. But I am happy that the grid has been expanded out to be such a huge thing. We'll caution you, if you do build a thing this massive, your computer might slow down a little bit on that if you fill it in. They have improved the performance quite a bit, though. So very nice. So in their release notes, says they've changed some clutter, One of the bugs that I shouldn't say bug, exploit, in survival mode, you get paid immediately when you take on passengers. And this is changing how the game is played now. So you get paid immediately for the passengers, and you just turn them back in. So you get paid, and then you kick them off your ship, and you still get the money. So they changed it to where civilians pay the player per sector jump, so the value increases as the player progresses the sector. So if you have people on your ship, they basically give you a deposit for every sector you jump through. They pay you more and more to the end, which makes sense. That's a neat way of doing that. Oh, here we go. This is where I got it from. What was in their video? Allow dragging for installing and dismantling equipment. I knew I read that somewhere. As well for spawning and deleting in creative mode. Creative, E's cut off for whatever reason. Creative mode. That is really nice. Make solar panels transparent when placing scaffold. And make it impossible to join pipes of different types. Let's check that out. If I go to the survivalist here, because they have solar panels. If we go in here and go to scaffold now, they dim, they become semi-transparent so you can draw through them. Which is nice, especially if the panel's back to back. You can't see what's underneath it. To know where to put things, more scaffolding. Which, you can't see it, it doesn't matter. But it is nice, because I've had a couple issues where I couldn't find where I need to place the scaffolding behind. I couldn't tell if something was already there, or if I need to place it. So, cool little thing. Curious about the pipes, though. I seen this on Reddit. Johnny was talking about this. So I go like this. It turns red when you go over it. And red again, so I let go. Oh, nothing happens. Cool. And then you cancel it and it jumps to that one. Cool. That is neat. So you get a little extra warning to not join pipes. Or at least alert and won't do it. Cool. I like that. Very nice. Thank you, Johnny. Some stuff on storms, lightning rods. Cool. One thing they changed about the lightning rod, it now holds energy. It basically has a built-in battery that does not accept power from your ship. So you can have it plugged into your power structure in your ship, and your ship won't charge the lightning rod. But the lightning strikes will. I don't know how much energy it can hold or how many lightning strikes it can take. But that is a cool thing to add. They removed lightning rods taking damage from lightning strikes. When I was messing with that, they never took damage from what I was viewing, but apparently there's cases where they did. Where they did. One thing I noticed more is like lightning would hit the lightning rod itself, but only charge anything if it hit the tip of the lightning rod, which I'm a little bummed by that. I don't know if that's changed. I'll have to check that out. And then look at all these bug fixes, all these issues. I mean, there's mostly bug fixes, quality of life, a lot of changes there. Resolutions, nothing wrong with that. Especially this one here. The crew kept taking off their spacesuits while they're assembling charge crystals and dying of radiation poisoning. It's like it's like those people feeling hot when they're suffering hypothermia, taking off their clothes. Don't do it. Yeah, fix all guns sometimes retracting on import causing loud noises. Yeah, that's always a pain. That's one I don't think was fixed yet. Is when you pause the game when there's loud noises playing, the noise keeps cycling and doesn't pause with everything else. It'd be nice if they would just pause. Especially when you zoom in, it's super loud. Oh, nice. Fixed red team hull being removed when taking damage in arena mode. So, you may have noticed, we run these combat competitions on occasion. And you have a green and red side. Green is allies, red is hostile. And the hostile ships would take physical damage, where the ship would physically lose squares when they take damage. And the green side did not. So I entered a thing about that and said, can you change that, please? Can you either get rid of them taking damage or make it to where both sides take damage? Either way, just to make it the same. The main thing is, if you have drones, they can repair your ship. And if your ship is physically missing the square, you lose that health and can't be repaired. So it's unfair one side or the other. So it's great to see that it has been resolved. So let's see if one thing has been fixed. I'll just pick as my competition ship trainer for the next competition. That has not been published yet, but this will be what I share with everyone to use as a target to practice with when working on my new Johnny Struggles logo, or new one, a Johnny Struggles logo. That looks kind of slick. I like it, of course. Just bare bones, but so I'm curious when you search for stuff. I type in anything and I click on it. So I can't double click on here to highlight everything, but if I click down below a little bit, picks it all. That's funny. Okay, I don't know if that's entered as a bug or not, or just whatever. But if the devs are watching, hey, that's a thing. It's just weird. I can click it down here and it'll highlight it. Up here? Yeah. As long as I don't click in the field. Which kills me. But I do like all the ease of use for the UIs, all the searching you can do now for things. And it has been a great feature. Alright, I think that's about it for updates. Everything I talk about. Version 1's released. We'll see another update here in a few months. If anyone's interested in the combat competitions that I mentioned earlier, we do those every month or so. We're in between at the moment, but we'll have another one starting soon. You can join us on Discord. See the Discord link in the description. Very friendly community. People share designs and discuss stuff, what they like, what they don't like. And it's just cool to interact with everyone. So, you know, if you're interested in joining a competition, go check it out. Be happy to have more people join and have a bigger tournament. We've had some good turnout recently. Just excited to see we're finally at version 1. I shouldn't say finally. We are at version 1. It's been a fun journey. Thank you, Introversion. I want to thank everybody who's been watching my videos. It's been great having you, and just appreciate everyone watching. It's been a fun ride, and I hope it continues a little longer. So at least be through 2026, but even after that, I'll probably still do competition videos and stuff with the game, as I do enjoy playing it. So thanks again, everyone watching. Appreciate it, and we will see you on the next one. And bye.